I'm going to do a very quick video this week, mostly because you have a very long video to watch, but I also wanted to cover some of the basics about what to expect going into this week. If you find you're struggling at all or need to touch base with me, please email me and let me know. We'll set up a time to coordinate a phone call or a Skype meeting, FaceTime, or what have you. I know you guys have all met with your small groups or have at least attempted to meet. If you're having any issues, we can work together to try and find out a time or a way in which you guys can get together. We might have to think a little bit outside the box as far as how to collaborate, but we'll definitely get you there. Um, so the first major paper, the emotional intelligence or EI paper, was due yesterday at midnight. So you'll be getting those back from me this week. But if you're feeling behind or that you're having a hard time meeting the deadlines, touch base with me. We'll try and get you on a schedule to get you back on track. I'm not sure if you've looked into this week yet, but there's actually a process note due again this Sunday that's extensively longer than the first one. It hopes to cover the last 2 weeks, and so a lot of the kind of proposed uh, lengths for all of the sections is lengthened. So if you do feel like that's asking a lot and you're struggling, just please communicate those concerns to me so we can get on the same page. For this week, the reason why I didn't want to give too long of a video is that the video that you have for your required, I guess it's in the required reading section, but your required video is actually 3 hours long. And so it's an entire training on using nonviolent communication. And I wanted to just kind of open the door for you to hear directly from one of the leading thinkers in nonviolent communication. I think it's important to remember that nonviolent communication is the prominent, if one of the most prominent, if not the most prominent way that therapeutic relationships work to get conversations in a healthy and collaborative way. By that I mean if you're looking to ever be like a marriage counselor, family counselor, or even working with partnerships or with groups. Nonviolent communication is typically one of the first modalities people utilize to really establish a communication style that is non-threatening, that lowers people's defenses, that allows for open, honest speaking and listening. So I'd rather you hear it from him. So please watch that video. He it can be a struggle at points, not only just because it's 3 hours, but because he's an eccentric guy. And I always want to put out the caveat there that when I first watched it, my process note that followed it was actually a scathing review. I got really, really upset. And so I'm going to try and save you the time because it is really important content. And if you're talking about ever working in a in a manner in which you're working on relationships, which as social workers almost all of us are, I can't really think of any situation in which you wouldn't have to consider relationships at some point. um, it's important to let this practice sink in and really master it. So I would give this your best college try. If you want to play it out or you have questions, let me know. We can certainly role play nonviolent communication. Um, it is something I use all the time, not just in work, but also at home and with family and to communicate my needs. It's a really great skill set to learn. The reason I got so upset the first time is because he has a section of this video where he goes to explain the control people have over their circumstances and their situation. So if you yourself have had any history with trauma or coercion or powerlessness, you might get a little defensive like I did and react. So I'm just going to remind everybody that all of the thinkers that we work with are flawed, and it's easy to take things at their most literal sense, and I have a habit of doing that. So I just want to warn you that that's out there, and to try and see to the substance of the material and work through any concerns you have around it. So if you do struggle with that, feel free to let me know. We can definitely touch base and talk it out. Otherwise, I think that's it for me. I hope you have a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. Hope everything goes well for you. You're not supposed to meet with your dyads this week. You're just supposed to meet with your small group, so that's good. Um, so this week we should expect another process note from uh, your small group, from whoever takes that on, as well as the process note individually. It's a little bit longer, like I said before. Also, the discussion posts and responses in their usual timeframes to Thursday and Sunday. If you have any thoughts or concerns, you can shoot me an email, or you can call my office. That's the number that's listed with my profile. All right, guys, have a good day.